Hey everybody, welcome to Win the Day. I appreciate you guys joining me. If you are not subscribed to the podcast, it's 100K Challenge Chick, and the YouTube channel is Tanika D'Souza, my name. So thank you guys for being with me wherever you're tuning in. And if you're live on Facebook, I'd love to hear from you and see where you're from, and what you're getting out of these Win the Days. So today we're talking about an awesome topic, which I think some of us understand, but maybe you don't understand why it's so important. So we're talking your brand identity and why you need to be really clear, right? Your brand identity includes your look, your logo, and other identifying aspects, but the most important part is a clear message about who you are and what you do. Most skip that part and focus on the brand colors and all those other assets. But today we're going to talk about why it all matters and why you need to be clear. So first, let's start with what is brand identity, right? Your brand identity is how your business is perceived, right? So your brand identity, like I said, does include a good name, a logo, your business cards, letterhead, like how you're being perceived and seen even in a physical space, your website. All of those things speak to your brand identity. And it also, your brand identity has something to do with the way that you're marketing your services, what type of services you offer, and the way that you deal with your customers, so your customer services. All those wrap together to create your brand identity. Think of it as the relationship you're having with your clients without saying anything. It's all the things they see and experience and have from you that gives them an impression of who you are. So from that definition, why do we need to be clear about who you are? And the biggest reason of it all is that you need to send a clear message to your clients, right? They don't want to guess about what you do or the ways that they can benefit from your business. They want the clear information about what's needed. Let's back up. They want clear information about how they can work with you and what the necessary steps are for them to actually participate or to get your products and services. So, for example, if you're selling a service, it should be clear when you advertise what you are talking about. So it should clearly say, this is coaching, this is a template, this is a 9-week course, this is weekly accountability, right? The name alone, which is what a lot of us do, doesn't give all that. So it needs like a tagline on your sales page. You have to tell them the information that they need. If you just say, financial coaching, they don't totally know if you're helping them with investments, if you're helping them budget, if you're helping them build savings accounts, if you're helping them financially move their business forward. And then how are you helping them do that? Are they just buying information? Are they buying an ebook? Are they buying coaching? Are they checking in with you weekly? Your brand identity tells them all of those different things about you, about how they can work with you and your products and services. So the thing that I want you to realize is, as you get clear, right, about what you want to do, not what you want to do, but as you get clear about what you offer and how you offer it and how people can interact with you, they understand what they're coming to you for, and they make a decision to buy. So you being clear absolutely gives them the opportunity to buy from you. It doesn't dissuade them unless that's not what they were looking for. So you thinking, oh, well, I don't want to say it's 9 weeks, because if they only have 5 weeks, or excuse me, if they want to work with me for 12 weeks, then I'll do that. Or I only do this. People get afraid to say I only do, because if the client wants something else, I'm willing to change. The challenge is, if you don't tell them what you do, then you don't have anybody that's aligning with your message. So that's really why you want to be clear. You need to be true to who you are and what you offer, and really learn how to do like one or two things really, really well. But two, not every customer is for you, right? So at one stage of my business development, I really only wanted to read books, because I didn't feel like I had a lot of time, and a lot of things went way over my head, and I was embarrassed to ask a lot of questions. Now in my business development, I really just want to deal with coaching and those environments that are going to push me, looking me straight in my face and telling me what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, how I can move forward, because I don't want to guess from what you're trying to say in the book. I want the do it with me or done for me services that a coaching environment is going to offer. But that's where I am. So in different parts of my development, I wanted different things. So I want you to understand that being clear doesn't mean nobody's going to buy, but the right person will. Your ideal client will show up because they can align with what you're saying and they want in. And that's exactly what you want. So how do you get clear? Last night, I run a business coaching community. It's called the 100K Society. And we meet weekly. It's weekly accountability and coaching. So last night in the 100K Society, we were talking about how you figure out your specific brand identity, which is why I'm talking about it today. So they all left understanding the journey that they were on to figure it out. Most were able to move at least one step closer to where their target is going to be, right? And what I mean by that is, as you develop your brand, you'll be more and more specific about what you do until you kind of hit that great sweet spot, or like that target that's really going to help you like grow and flourish in your business. So to give you an example, I'm going to give you myself. And for some of you that have been following me for quite a while, you probably will laugh with me as I talk about these things, because for some people, they think that because you've been in business, at this point, I've been an entrepreneur for 13 years, but business coaching, I've formally been doing this for 2 years. And this is my 2-year journey in business coaching that I'm going to share. But a lot of people look at me and think that I just wake up, I have all these magical ideas, and anything that I attempt to do is just instantly successful. And that's not true. It's just that I recognize that there is a journey that I have to go on, and you can make money all along the journey. It's just that as you continue to grow your business, continue to really get clear about your brand identity, it just makes it that much easier for you to find success. So here's the journey that I have been on. It took me quite a while to wrap my brain around giving myself some type of title and defining my business, right? I just wanted to help people in business. I wanted to use my experience and my expertise and just help everybody, right? So at least where I started was to call myself a power and authority coach. And to me, that was just like so powerful, because I definitely have like a spiritual side to me, and I would pray with my clients. Like, there was so many things about this power and authority that resonated with me, and that's where I started. So I got a logo made, I did all those things, but nobody understood what that meant, right? Because you're probably listening to me like, power and authority coach. Like, so you make me powerful and make me have authority. And in a way, that is what I felt like I was doing. Like, I was helping you understand the power and authority that you have to live out your purpose. Okay, so we get it. That didn't really stick, but I thought it was like everything, you guys. I got a logo and I just started putting it everywhere. Created a whole community that grew to about 2,000 people, but ultimately it wasn't converting for sales. It was just like, you know, when people heard me share scriptures or something, they like aligned with power and authority. So then I added business coach. So I was then the power and authority business coach. And then I dropped power and authority and just became a business coach. When I did that, I realized business coach is such an overused, generic term that it still didn't really resonate or move the needle for me, because there's so many people who are business coaches, right? Because think about all the aspects of your business. And if all of us just said, I'm a business coach, then the client has no idea that I'm helping you make money. This person's helping you with your brand. This person's helping you like transition from idea to income. Like, we all have a different focus, even a different experience level that's best suited for us to work with. Like, I was talking to my accountability partner today, and it just dawned on me, I never talk to people who say their business is a side hustle. It may absolutely be the thing that you do outside of your 9 to 5, but I need the person who is ready to build their business. I don't do well with the person who's like, this is just going to be on the side and I just want to make a couple extra dollars. Like, I'm not the coach for you. So as I kind of learned that saying business coach was way too generic, I started to think, okay, so how can I narrow this down? How can I have clearer brand identity? So I went from business coach to business coach that's helping you make money. So monetize. I used to use systemize and monetize as like my tagline. So business coach that's helping you monetize and systemize, or systemize and monetize. And I thought that was so cool, you guys. I wrote a book. It is called Monetize Your Business. It is so awesome. And as I show people this book title and all of that, they got excited, but then they didn't know what they were going to get on the inside of that book. So crazy, right? So anyway, I then decided, okay, how do I continue to build, grow, and get more clear about who I am and what I'm actually doing with people? The thing I'll tell you is, at no stage in here was I just sitting at home only writing. Like, I was still getting clients. I was talking to them. I was meeting their need. And that was helping me refine my business identity. It was helping me see, who can I work with? What type of attitudes? Are there some prerequisites that I should be looking for that then allows me to step in and do the best business coaching that I can ever do? Like, who is going to get the best results working with me? And that's what this journey is about. You understanding that narrowing your focus really helps you to have more success in your business, but also help the right person who you can really help get to that next level. So as I am now calling myself the business coach that's helping you make more money, I then realized, you know what? I'm focusing on women, because I learned some statistics that women were starting the most businesses. We were over 60% of businesses being started by women. A lot of that percent were women of color, right? And then what I also learned was that only 18% of women entrepreneurs were going to break the 100K income ceiling. And that made me angry. I was in a brick and mortar business for a very long time. And so if you only made $100,000, you barely were breaking even at that point. If you factor in rent and staff, and I had multiple locations, and even just the inventory that I needed to make that money, $100,000 just was not going to do it for me living in Washington, D.C. and running a brick and mortar. So I never went into business with a mentality that I was kind of stuck behind a certain number. And so I investigated and learned that a lot of women are. They feel like they're trading their family time for their business. And I thought, oh my gosh, I can help people realize that you can customize the way you do business and make the money that you want to make and still have the time you want to build your family. So that was my journey. That was my rah-rah thing. And then I rallied around that 100K. So after focusing on women and seeing where the hurdle was, that 18% making it to 100K, and unfortunately that number is much lower now, I rallied around helping people build $100,000 business income. And then I realized there's an easier way to say that. I just put 100K in everything that I do. And that's where I am now, right? So I'm the 100K challenge chick, empowering women to break the 100K income ceiling in their business. I say it all the time. People repeat it to me. My kids imitate it. Like, it's part of what I do and who I am at this point. But I've also taken it a step further, that my membership community, the coaching group that I was saying that I was coaching just last night, it's called the 100K Society. Why? Because it's a society of people striving to hit 100K in their business income. It's called a business coaching community, and it's 100K Society. I think that's decently clear, right? I also have my signature course, which is called the 100K Accelerator. And the reason it's called that is because when you think of accelerator, it gives you some speed, but it's enhancing all the things I know. I'm working with you in a much smaller group environment, and we're accelerating your business knowledge, all of these things, so that you can build that 100K income faster. So that's where I am today. But what I want you guys to take away is you have to start the journey. You have to be willing to grow and change over time, but staying stuck and being really generic and vague will absolutely keep your income stuck and vague and just blah for a very long time, right? I believe that if I really were confident and could push, I definitely could break six figures with any of these things. But definitely now that I'm more clear about building a 100K society and helping people break that 100K income ceiling, if you're not aiming for that, you're not going to align with me, right? Which is why I said, if you're doing that side hustle or you're doing those other things, you're not going to align with a 100K push, because you were only hoping to make another $1,000 or $2,000 a month, right? So right now, as the 100K challenge chick, I want to see who is going to get the best results with me, right? So the growth doesn't stop. It's now that I feel like I've reached a point where I am clear about my brand. Now it's to do the deep dive. Who's getting the best results? As I get that better picture, I can speak more directly to my ideal client and take them much further, because my brand identity is clear. Being crystal clear gives your clients an opportunity to align with you from your expertise. That's what I wanted to say. So you're crystal clear, you're putting your best foot forward, they understand your expertise, and they align with you for that. So as a business coach, I typically can tell how new someone is in their business and in their business development, because most people who are new are trying to help everybody. They tell me that they're really passionate to help everybody. They're really like gung-ho on sticking to things that don't exclude anyone. And then as they start to really have clients and see where their expertise lies and see who's going to best fit their client community, they then start to be able to take that journey I just described in really defining their brand identity. So having a clear brand identity is great for your client, but it's definitely great for you, right? It allows you to focus. It allows you to use your time wisely and be awesome at the thing that you're awesome at, right? Definition and clarity allows you to work smarter and not harder. So I want you guys, if you've been watching with me live, I would love for you to share, even if you're on the YouTube or podcast, go back to this broadcast and share with me your brand identity. I'm challenging you to write a simple statement in the comments that summarize who you are and what you do. So if you were with me in the 100K Society, this should be easy for you because we discussed it and had several examples out of the members who were there. But if you're joining me today, I definitely gave you really great insight and shared my journey. So I just really want to see where you are in your journey. And if you want to add more, add in how you got there. Like, was there a revolution that happened that allowed you to be in the place you are right now with your brand identity? So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I look forward to reading these comments and learning a bit more about what you do and what you offer in your business. If you are not a part of the 100K Society, I encourage you to join us. We are still building at the beginnings of this community. So if you join now, you will be one of our founding members. There's tons of perks and privileges to being a founding member of the 100K Society. And you can learn more from the website, which is 100K Society, which is SOCIETY.com. So 100ksociety.com. I want you guys to go there. Join us. We meet every week, Monday evenings, Eastern Standard Time. The time I think is mentioned on the website, but I do want you guys to check it out and see if this is a fit for you. If you are in that place where you're trying to grow your business, figure out your brand identity and be really clear so that as you move forward in business, you're making solid steps forward, and you want to get away from overthinking, procrastinating, and just really watching your life pass by minute without having a clear direction. The 100K Society is likely a really great place for you to find direction, find instruction, have a community that's supporting you as you build your business, and a business coach. I have lots of business experience. I've done quite a few things, but honestly, business coaching is my passion, and really helping people build their businesses is something that I love to do, but I'm also really, really great at it. So you will be around other people who have been coached by me, and they can also help you. But it's just a place where you're going to nurture yourself as an entrepreneur. You do it for every other part of your life. When you become a mom, you align with other moms, so you have that safe place to go. When you become a wife, you align with other women that are married, so that you have that place to go. But you forget about that when you're on your journey to developing your business. So the 100K Society is your place to learn and grow and define who you are in business and start working smarter and not just harder. Thank you guys for joining me for Win the Day. I look forward to seeing you at our next weekly accountability session in the 100K Society. You guys have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Bye.